Good morning everybody and happy Tuesday. So we are back here together today for our second English lesson of the week. So like we would in school, we are going to start with our spelling practice. Now hopefully yesterday in our spellings that we uploaded onto the website, you have recognised and spotted our spelling pattern for this week. See if you can have a little think. You've got 5 seconds. What was the spelling pattern? Hopefully you have remembered that this week all of our spellings are going to end with L-E. And hopefully you spotted that we can't necessarily hear the E on the end because it's silent. So for example, if we started with the word pickle, we can't hear that the E on the end of the word. But all of our words this week are going to end with L-E. So, your job today to start with our spellings is on the board. I have got all of our spellings, and then I've also got 4 different ways that I have spelt each word. You need to look at each row and decide which is the correct spelling, which spelling is right. You can either say it out loud or point to it on the screen, or you might want to write it down on a piece of paper. So pause the video and see if you can spot which spellings are spelt correctly, and then we'll share the answers. Off you go. Okay, so looking at this first row, we have got the word pickle. Which did you think was the correct spelling of pickle? P-I-C-K-L, pickle. So this is the correct spelling of pickle because C and K make the K sound in this word, and then we've got our L-E on the end. So it's not this one because in pickle we have our digraph K. The next one was giggle. Giggle. Think about what all of our words end with this week. You should have selected this one as the correct spelling. The next word was table. Able. I know that table has the split A sound. Can you spot it? Able. Table. Here it is. The next one is bubble. Bubble. Here it is. So bubble's got our double consonant vowel in it as well. Apple. Which is the correct spelling of apple? Can you point to it? Here it is with our L-E on the end, like we said we're looking at this week. The next one is puddle. Puddle. Hopefully you've selected this one. The next one is little. Little. And it also has our double consonant in it, double T. And the last one is pebble, which again has a double consonant, and it is this one. So hopefully you spotted the correct ones today. So today we are going to be doing something really exciting. And I would like you to start by thinking, would you like a magic red crayon, just like Rebecca had in our story? Would you like a magic red crayon? I think I would definitely like a magic red crayon. Where would you get your magic red crayon to take you to? I think I would get my magic red crayon to take me somewhere with the boiling hot sun, somewhere I could relax on the beach and chill out and listen to the waves. I wonder where you would choose for your red crayon to take you. So today, we are going to design an advert to tell other children about this magic red crayon, because I bet there are lots of children out there who haven't heard of our fantastic story journey, and they don't know about this magical red crayon that they could get their hands on. So we're going to design an advert to tell them all about it. But first, what is an advert? Do you know what an advert is? What is the job of an advert? See if you can think, pause the video, what is an advert? And we'll come back and talk about it together. Okay, so hopefully you have had a little think about what an advert is. So an advert, the job of an advert is to make us really want something. So we have adverts to try and convince us that we should buy something and that we should have something. And that is the job of an advert. So you might hear adverts on the radio. They might be telling you about something you could go and buy in the shop. You might see adverts on TV. There's definitely lots of adverts about lots of different toys that you could get your hands on. You might see adverts in shop windows telling you about what they've got in stock. And the job of all of these adverts is to try and persuade you and try and make you want to go and get this toy. They're going to make you think that it is the best toy you could ever have. And we're going to try and make people think that the red crayon is the best thing they could ever have. So we're going to start by looking at an example of an advert. So here on the screen, I have got an example of an advert for a monster truck, and we can see the picture of the monster truck on the screen. And we've got different arrows pointing to the different features of this advert. And we're going to start at the top, like we would always do. And some of you might remember the special word that we use when we're advertising about what the text is about. And we know that this part is the title. Like we would have a title if we were writing our stories. Like last week, we wrote the story of Journey, so we put the title to tell the reader what the text was about. We would also have a title when we're writing instructions to tell them what the instructions are about. So like these other texts, we have got a title for our advert to tell people what we are trying to advertise. What is the advert about? And our advert is about the marvellous, mighty monster truck. What do you notice about the title? The marvellous, mighty monster truck. Marvellous, mighty monster truck. I can hear the sound in each of those words. Can you remember the special word that we talked about when we have words that all start with the same letter? We talked about it when we looked at poetry. I can see in the title they've used alliteration. They've used alliteration for marvellous, mighty, monster truck. They all start with the same sound. And they've thought of adjectives all starting with So they've described it as marvellous and mighty. To draw the reader in, they've used exciting adjectives. We've then got this section underneath, the best truck ever. Can you remember the name of this piece of punctuation? And an exclamation mark. And this section is called our tagline. And the purpose of the tagline is to again draw the reader in and give you a very short explanation again about the advert. The best truck ever. They're making you think that this is the best toy you could buy. Their toy is better than any other toy. And then we've got the picture to show us what it looks like. It then goes on to say, are you fed up with your toys breaking? Are you looking for a new, fantastic, unbreakable monster truck? And we can see at the end of both of these sentences, we've got this piece of punctuation here. We've got some questions, and these questions there to hook you in. So you're reading it, and remember, like we said with our instructions, the purpose of the hook, like if you were going fishing to get the fish, you're trying to hook the reader in to reading your text. Are you fed up with your toys breaking? I am fed up with my toys breaking. Are you looking for a new, fantastic, unbreakable monster truck? I have been looking for a toy that isn't going to break for such a long time. And you can see they've hooked me in to reading this text. I'm thinking, yes, I am looking for a new toy that won't break. And I am looking for a fantastic monster truck. And then already they've hooked the reader in to read the rest of the advert. You want to find out more about this amazing monster truck. Well, look no further. Help is here with the indestructible, marvellous, mighty monster truck. Here, just for you. The mighty monster truck is like no other that has ever seen before. It has an all-new, exceptional and electrifying design, The toy is for you. So they're directing the advert at you, like they're talking to just you. It will be superb, special and sensational addition to your toy collection. The Mighty Monster Truck has many breakthrough and breathtaking features, including its huge wheels, we've got an advert, huge, remarkably responsive, smooth suspension, again some more positive adjectives, an everlasting body kit, remarkable voice recognition technology, and incredibly interesting and entertaining. So in this section here, they've used bullet points to break up the different reasons you should buy this monster truck, and they've made sure they've used positive adjectives to make it sound good. We want to sell it to them so that they buy it. So we're going to use the structure of this advert to create our own advert for the special red crayon. Now I've had a go at starting my advert here, and I can see my title and my tagline. The red crayon. Get this crayon. Does it sound very exciting? Is it going to persuade somebody to buy this crayon? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit boring. So I'd like you to pause the video. How can you make my title and my tagline even better? Remember here they said the marvellous Mighty Monster Truck, the best truck ever. How can you improve my title and my tagline? Off you go. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at improving my title. And I have chosen to improve it by saying the extraordinary, everlasting crayon. So I've tried to use alliteration for extraordinary and everlasting. It means it's a crayon like no other. And it's everlasting because no matter how much you draw, this crayon doesn't run out. It doesn't shrink and it doesn't eventually run out. It's an everlasting crayon. Get this magical crayon like no other. So I'm telling them to get it. I'm using an imperative and bossy verb, and I'm telling them it's a crayon like no other. So hopefully you've had a go as well. So our next section then says you can create a something boat to take you. How are you going to describe the hot air balloon so that you can? And how are you going to describe the flying carpet? So we're going to explain to them the different things that they can create using their red crayon, just like Rebecca did in the story. So what I'd like you to do now is you're going to pause the video and think of some adjectives to describe the boat, to take you on. Where can the boat take you? Think of some adjectives to describe the hot air balloon so that you can do what? And then some adjectives to describe the flying carpet and what can you do? And then we'll come back together and share my ideas. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at thinking of your own adjectives about how you will describe the different things from the story. So I've had a go as well, and I have said a huge wooden boat, so I've described it as a huge wooden boat, to take you on a tremendous adventure around the town. So like in our story, we saw her travelling around on her boat. A spectacular hot air balloon, so that you can see, there we go, remember to proofread and read our sentences out loud to check we haven't missed any words. A spectacular hot air balloon so that you can see the breathtaking views from above. And a soft, swift, oh, silly Mr. Vine, I can't highlight my words on here. And a soft, swift flying carpet so that you can return home whenever you are ready. So you might have come up with your own adjectives and described what they look like and where they could take you. The next section of our advert is then going to tell us where you can go with your magical red crayon. So see if you can pause the video again. Where can you go? How will you describe the castle? What's the castle like? How will you describe the desert? And how will you describe the woods? Off you go. Okay, so I've had a go at describing it in my story. So I have decided to say, to a giant, magnificent castle with too many rooms to choose from, a boiling hot desert with many ancient buildings to explore, and a mystical wood with a fast-flowing stream and pale blue lantern. So hopefully you've had a go at thinking of your own adjectives as well and thinking about how you're going to finish each sentence. So your job today is you're going to design and write an advert to advertise this magical red crayon, and you're going to have 2 sheets to help you with this. So the first one you're going to have is this one, and it's completely up to you, but it's here for you to print off if you would like it. So you've got a line to do your title and your tagline, and then there's a picture of the red crayon, or you can write it and draw it yourself, completely up to you. And then underneath you're going to carry on writing the rest of your advert using this scaffold here. So we've got title, tagline, picture, and then these are the sentence starters that we would like you to use, just like I modelled on the screen. So that is your job for today. See if you can up-level any of your vocabulary. Rather than choosing words like big, how can you make it more exciting? Because remember, the purpose of an advert is to make somebody want to buy something. So we need to really try and sell it to people so that they want to buy a magical red crayon. And I look forward to reading some of your adverts. Bye, everybody.